everybody. This is Kevin Davidson, your host for Kevin's Corner, Real Estate from a Marketing Perspective, and this is episode number 58. And I'm a little bit more excited about this episode because, number one, there will not be an episode 59 next week because I'll be on vacation. So you guys leave me alone. But also, I have two first-time guests, and one of them, or actually two of them, that I met like 5 seconds ago. Right?
Yeah, that's right.
And then in segment number 2 of this episode, Korner, the branch manager of Stewart Title, which has never been on my podcast, will be. So that's going to be exciting. I always like to start out by telling everybody that if you are a real estate agent or a vendor that operates in the Fort Wayne County area and you'd like to be on the podcast, give me a call, 832-654-0527, or email me at kevin.davidson@stewart.com. And I always want to make sure and thank the reason I can do this podcast is because of my support staff, Caitlin Cornick, Devin Devin, the escrow officers here in Sugar Land, Jennifer Smitis, the area president, and Wendy Santana, the escrow officer in Richmond, along with our support staff, assistants, processors, everybody that works here. So if you're not closing with Stewart Title, you should be. In saying that, let's get started with episode number 58 of Kevin's Corner. So this beautiful young lady sitting next to me is Irene Uribe. Did I say that right?
That's correct. You did.
Okay. And this is Cedric
Oglesby.
They're both with NextHome.
Luxury Premier.
So why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and tell them what you do, and then you can do the same thing.
Absolutely.
My name's Irene Uribe, and I am a realtor here in Texas. I like to say that I'm a realtor here in Texas because we do business everywhere in the state of Texas. A lot of people don't know that. So yes, we do residential. We do investments. So call me for if you're wanting to do an investment, and we also do commercial real estate. So yeah.
Go ahead.
So my name is Cedric Oglesby, the new team lead for Prestige Texas Living, powered by NextHome Luxury Premier. Licensed for 6 years now, and like Irene here, I do work all over Texas, primarily in Houston. But if you want to live in Austin, we can make that happen too.
All right, now I want to point something out. He said Prestige
Texas Living.
That's the name of your company, right?
My team, yes, sir.
Your team, powered by
NextHome Luxury Premier.
If you're a real estate agent out there and you don't have your own company name, please call me. I'm going to explain to you how important that is. Okay? So let's start with Irene. So first of all, there's something I want to tell you about her that I did not know until she actually started talking to me. This woman speaks fluent Spanish.
Hablo español.
Okay, and in at least through my eyes, she doesn't look like she speaks Spanish. Okay, so why did you get into real estate? What were you doing before real estate?
You know, I was out looking to sell a home and to purchase a home, right? And I met Brian Bartholomew. He was my realtor. And I worked with him, and I remember that when we were working, I was coming up with these ideas on how to negotiate the house that we wanted to purchase. And I came up with, something outside the box. And Brian asked me, how did you come up with that? And I said, I don't know. I just thought about it. I saw what they were asking for, and it was what happened. So we were able to get in our home after that, and there was a few offers that were even higher than us. But that little negotiation part that I came up with,
so you helped,
and Brian told me, Irene, you could do this, and I said, I've been in sales my whole life. And 2 years later, I called him and I said, I got a real estate license, and I called him for advice.
2 years later. 2
years later, and when I called him, we sat down for advice, and he hired me by the end of the meeting.
Wow.
So
okay.
it was one of those things where I went through the process of being able to purchase a home, and I didn't know anything about it, right? Until then, and I enjoyed it. And I went and I got my license, and here we are.
You've been going ever since.
That's right.
What about you, Cedric? What were you doing before you became an agent?
I was a teacher.
Oh, I can respect that. And I tell you what, I know a lot of agents that were teachers.
It's really transferable skills. The patience, the skills to explain things thoroughly, they go hand in hand.
Yeah. And why did you said you've been an agent for how long?
6 years.
6 years. Why did you become an agent?
It was on a whim. I moved here from Mississippi from teaching, and I moved here 2 weeks after Harvey. And so the school that I got
2
hired
weeks
at.
after Harvey,
Wow.
where did you move to? Everything was flooded.
My friend's couch.
Including that.
My friend's couch was the driest place in the city.
Yeah.
Right.
And so I moved here, and the school I got hired at got hit by Harvey, and they rescinded the job because they had to rebuild the school. And in the meantime, I started driving for Uber, and the person I was hanging out with said, "You like talking to people, so why don't you do real estate?" And I said, "You know what? I'll give it a try."
Yeah.
And here I am 6 years later.
So, you've been agent for 6 years. What kind of agent are you? What kind of real estate do you like to do?
I primarily do residential. I can do commercial. It's fun. I'm business oriented, so I enjoy that side of the field. But I dabble in making home owners. So residential is my bread and my butter.
You like buyers or sellers better?
Both, actually. Sellers because you know the process, but buyers because I want to make dreams come true.
Nice. Okay. I hear the phone ringing for you
I like
already.
it. Yes.
What about you? So what kind of agent do you? I know you haven't been an agent that long, right?
No.
So what kind of agent do you hope to be?
You know, I was hoping to do residential. Same. I like to see the smile on people's faces when you go into a house, mostly because I remember how happy I was and excited when we were looking, right? So being a part of that process it's empowering to see other people make their dreams come true, like Cedric said. So, you know, residential would be, for me, my hope, right? But it's been amazing because I've been learning a lot about the commercial as well lately.
And there's another aspect of you that people don't know about. Can I mention that?
Absolutely.
Okay, so Irene is a movie star. All right? She
I wouldn't say that.
with the likes of Matthew McConaughey and what's that guy's name? Danny Trejo.
Oh, that would be great.
Yeah. So no, she really is. She's also in the film too. So you might see her one day on the screen. But,
you will see her one day
know.
on the screen.
But I asked her. She says, I want to do real estate, and I said, why? She said, because I don't want to be famous. So, right?
Yes, I mean, for me, you know, acting was an opportunity that was presented to me when I was very young, right? It came around, and you cannot say no to opportunities like that.
Absolutely.
Right? So I said yes, and it was such an exciting endeavor. And, you know, I went off, got married, had kids, and, you know, 10 years later, I received a phone call from a director that I had worked with previously, the director that gave me the opportunity. And he said, Irene, I'm working on a new project, and I think it would be great for you. You know, he said, I envision you in it. And so I went, I learned a little bit more about it, and, you know, I took the opportunity. So it has been such a blessing. More opportunities are coming up, and you know, that's how we find our path in doing that. But yes, it's fun. It's been
multi-talented. Cedric, you've been around for 6 years now. So, what part of town do you specialize in?
Houston. So any zip code that starts with a 77 is me.
Which is pretty much everywhere.
Which is everywhere. But I primarily enjoy working in South Texas or South Houston, so Missouri City, Fort Bend, any Fort Bend County, Rosenberg, Richmond, Sugar Land, Sienna. They have great programs and a lot of land down here, and prices are on point for any home buyer in any stage. So I enjoy working down here.
We need to go have dinner so we can talk.
We should.
Yeah.
I mean, the dinner first, but yeah,
No,
business,
sure.
absolutely.
Yeah. And what about you? Where do you want to be the expert? Where do you want to specialize in?
You know, I have specific areas that I really like to work in. The Cinco Ranch, Katy area, the suburbs, I really, really like those areas out there. And I know that a lot of people with families are looking for specific neighborhoods where their children can have the best education. And, you know, we are very blessed to be in a city that has a lot of those school districts in Texas that are top rated. So out in Katy, Cypress, and in the city. I mean, I work anywhere in the city of Houston. I'm happy to travel. And, I think we've talked about this, but, I have some connections out in Austin and in the Rio Grande Valley where I was born. So I have these focus areas, kind of lined up.
She drives all over the place. So.
I do. I like driving.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So let's kind of turn the corner a little bit. So the podcast is real estate from a marketing perspective. So I know what you're doing marketing wise because I'm helping you with that.
Yes.
So I want to start with Cedric. What have you done up in the last 6 years marketing to grow your business and attract customers?
My bread and butter has been just social media. So I record myself in model homes. I record myself doing showings. I record myself at the closing table doing inspections. So anything in the day of the life of a realtor, I try to give my clients or my future prospector clients the insight into what I'm doing and how I run my business. Outside of that, door knocking, cold calling, anything that they tell you a realtor should be doing, I've done it.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to hit on something you said, social media, and you said in some way you said anything and everything in the day in the life of a real estate agent or your day in the life. I preach that to agents. When agents ask me, because I tell agents you need to post to social media 3 times a day, every day, and they're like, well, if I have to post 3 times a day, what do I post? Everything. Anything that you're doing
Coffee.
Your real estate business.
Taking out the trash.
If it has to do with real estate, because what does that project to your future clients? That you are the expert, that you know what you're talking about, you know what you're doing, because you're doing all this stuff, you're everywhere. That's what people are looking for.
And so if I can say, primarily to my new agent over here, Nia, everything
Hi, Nia.
Relates to real estate. If I'm cutting the grass, I can make a post about how my yard guy gets the best edges on my yard and how that makes for great curb appeal to resell your home, right? If I'm talking about power washing the deck before a party, everybody does that, right? We all host. It's content. Anything relates to real estate.
Yes, and I recommend posting anything and everything that you're doing. So what is one marketing idea or campaign or technique that you're not doing that you want to do in the future? You say, I got to start doing that. What's one thing?
Honestly, it's building my YouTube channel. I created it a year ago and maybe posted 2 videos, even though I have 1,000 videos in my phone. It's just sitting there.
And how much space do you have left in your phone?
No, a lot. That's one of the expenses of my business. You got to buy extra storage.
But not to put you on the spot, but if they're on your phone, who can see them?
Exactly, nobody. And
There
so
you
you're absolutely right. And it's a good check for a realtor to get out your head and just post the content. You never know it's going to be good or not unless you post it. And that's me talking to me.
In today's market, you have to get yourself out there.
Absolutely. Visibility.
If you don't get yourself out there and you just sit and wait for the phone to ring, you'll be doing something else within the next 2 years.
Absolutely.
That's right.
So Irene, you haven't been an agent as long as Cedric has, but what are some of the things that you either are doing now or that we're working on that you want to do in the future?
When Cedric mentioned just now the YouTube, I smiled because that's what you stressed to me.
Yeah.
Says, Irene, you got to put these videos up on YouTube. So it's staying consistent. I think that
consistent that's the key word right there.
It is the key. So doing something real estate related every day, and it's not always like Cedric said. Sometimes it's just taking a picture to post on social media it could be about anything you're doing, because as somebody very wise, my team lead once told me, is we all need a place to stay. Everybody does, right? And
who told you that?
Was it my team lead or was it you?
Well, if it was your team lead, then he.
It sounds like you.
So I always ask agents, what are the 2 things that everybody on the planet needs to survive? Food and water and a place to live.
That's right.
And as a real estate agent, you can help them with 50% of what they need to survive and get through this world. So why is not every single person that you ever meet not in your CRM database?
That's right. And if you call me, I might can help you with the food aspects too.
Hey, if you hire him, we'll get you a hot dog. Okay?
I have a long list of restaurants in the city. You know, this is the food capital, almost food capital next to New York, but this is the food capital of the world, so we can do that food too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, if I was a prospect or someone out there that was looking, I needed real estate, and I found you, Irene, on the internet, and I liked what I found, your content, all the stuff that you're working on, and I give you a call. How would you handle the phone call? What's your process with the first interaction with a possible client?
So I think it's important to stay authentic. You know, I talk to them. Obviously, what are they looking for, right? Get to know them a little bit. Ask a lot of questions. It's very important because even those little details where sometimes a client will mention, yeah, I really like horseback riding, or I really, I like staying cool during the summer, you know, or it's the little things sometimes that make the difference in their happiness, you know. If that's our goal, is to get people into houses and realizing their dreams, it's the little things that really make the difference, that really differentiate you from all the other agents that are doing the same thing. So listening, asking questions has been vital to be able to have that initial conversation.
What about you, Cedric?
So my process starts off by getting you first comfortable, because real estate can be a very stressful thought, but then an even more stressful process. So first, I'm going to get you comfortable, I'm going to get you laughing, I'm going to get you to fall in love with the idea of coming to Houston if you're not already here. Then I'm going to find out your goals, your needs, and your wants, and I'm going to put it into a nice package to get you excited about the next step, which is finding the money. And that's the easy part. I'm connected to a whole bunch of lenders out here, so we can find you the money after we find you what you're looking for.
And that was going to be my next question. If somebody comes to you and says, I want to buy a house, but they have some issues with either a down payment or credit or whatever it is, do you guys have the ability to help them? Do you guys have a network of people that can help them get to the point to be able to where they can buy?
Absolutely. The money is out here. Their interest rates are high, but outside of that, the money is out here. There are lenders standing by willing to help you get into your home, whatever that looks like. Down payment assistance program. We have those HEROES program for first responders, teachers, fire department people, police officers. We have those rural no down payments, USDA, veterans loans, VA loans. We have all the connections to get you in whatever your scenario or your situation is, to get you that money, to get you connected.
I think it's important to remember that there's so many programs out there that people just don't know about, you know, and they're always rolling out new ones. So, you know, that's one thing that we need to stay updated with what's going on. And we do that, right? We have the people that can have these conversations with a client about what programs are out there, like the one for doctors. Absolutely. Here, you know, there's a program out for doctors who are still residents, and, you know, a lot of people don't know that. So it's important to stay.
You have to ask. This is not real estate related, but I just bought a new car, and the dealership asked me who I work for, and I told them, and because of who I work for, I got a $500 off the list price. So who knew? You gotta ask.
What they say, closed mouth don't get fed.
Yeah.
So ask anything. The worst they can say is no, or I don't know.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. So what is, first of all, did you have someone that you wanted to bring in here real quick and introduce?
Sure. Since she came along with us, I would love to introduce our first team member to Prestige Texas Living, Miss Nia Paul. Our newly licensed agent.
There you go.
There you go. Sit right here. There you go.
Hi, everyone.
Tell everybody what your name is.
My name is Nia Paul. I'm actually currently working on my license, but good news is I finished my first course yesterday with 100%, so we're on our way.
Well, you got a good mentor.
Yes, awesome. He's awesome. Everybody at NHLP, that's like a mouthful right now. NHLP has been so welcoming, so wonderful. I'm so happy to be here.
Awesome. So let's wrap this up. Why don't you, Irene, tell everybody how to get a hold of you and where they can find you on social media? No, don't go anywhere.
Definitely.
You want to tell everybody how to get a hold of you, too?
Okay.
My name's Irene Uribe. Again, my number is 512-851-7884. Lo voy a decir en español. Mi nombre es Irene Uribe y mi número es 512-851-7884. Hablo español a todo lo que necesiten. Cualquier pregunta que tengan acerca de comprar una casa, de cómo rentar un negocio, aquí estamos para ayudarles.
I told you she speaks
That was
Spanish.
impressive.
That was really
Yeah.
good.
Thank you.
Cedric, why don't you tell everybody how to get a hold of you?
You can reach me at 832-433-3038 or on Instagram, Home with Ced, or on Facebook, Houston Realtor Cedric Oglesby.
Okay. And go ahead.
Alrighty, name is Nia Paul. You can reach me at 713-398-9828 or my Instagram, Nia Imani Paul. So that's N as in Nancy, I-A, I-M as in Maple, A-N as in Nancy, I-P-A-U-L.
And even though she hasn't got her license yet, if you call her, she'll get Cedric in and he'll help you out. All right,
I know
guys?
someone who can help.
I would also like to plug, if you're interested in working with Nia, she graduated college in 3 years, so she's incredibly smart, and we'll be able to get the
There
job
you
done.
go.
I feel I've got a degree, but it took me 5 years.
Hey, anytime you finish is on time.
That's right.
That's right.
Where did you go?
LSU.
Okay, nice.
Yes.
All right.
Awesome.
Yes, sir.
You want to give Brian a plug too?
Yes. So I am with NextHome Luxury Premier Bartholomew Real Estate Group. I work with an amazing team lead, Brian Bartholomew. So give us a call. He has 24 years of experience. Ours 24-hour experience as well. Sometimes
That's not gonna
always
get you any
working,
clients.
always working. He's always busy. But yes, we're here to help and we're here to serve. Anything we can do.
Brian's been on the podcast before too, and he will be in the future. So,
See what-
tell him your name again one more time and your phone number.
That is Cedric Oglesby. That's 832-433-3038.
Nia Paul, 713-398-9828. But then I'll give you Ced's number.
And Irene Uribe, number is 512-851-7884.
Awesome. Thank you guys for being on the podcast.
Thank you,
I
Kevin.
appreciate
Thank
it.
you so much.
Thank
Nice
you
to
for,
meet you. Good
Thank
luck to your
you.
new career. We'll be back. We'll be right back with segment number 2 of episode number 58 of Kevin's Corner, real estate from a marketing perspective. Be right back.
All right. Thank you.